Candide by Voltaire. Candide was raised in a baron's castle in Westphalia, where he follows the ideas of Pangloss, the castle's tutor. Eventually, he is exiled for kissing Cunegonde, the baron's daughter. After being taken in by the Bulgars, he fights in their army. Being accused of deserting the army, he is forced to choose between death or the gauntlet. He chooses initially neither, but eventually has to choose the gauntlet. Surprisingly, he is pardoned by the king. Seeing the terrible sights of war, he flees. Upon finding Jacques, his faith in Pangloss's teaching is restored. When Candide reunites with the syphilis-ridden Pangloss, he learns that Westphalia was destroyed by the Bulgars, and Cunegonde has been raped and murdered. Pangloss is cured of his syphilis and employed by Jacques. But in a storm, Jacques is killed. Upon their arrival to Libsyn, an earthquake leaves the city in ruins. In an effort to comfort people, Pangloss is convicted and hanged for his opinions and optimism. Candide is sentenced to death as well, but he is saved by an old woman who restores him back to health. She then takes him to a house where he meets Cunegonde, who happened to survive the attack. However, she now belonged to two men who share her. She also witnessed Paglong's hanging and Candide's whipping, which made her doubt Paglong's teaching. When her owners find Candide and Cunegonde together alone, they both attack Candide, which ends in both of their deaths. The old woman and Cunegonde flee with Candide. They prepare to escape to the New World, despite the threat of an Indian rebel. Candide deems the New World the best of all possible worlds. During their travels, the old woman tells her story. When they arrive, the governor wants Cunegonde for his wife, and the old woman tells her she should marry him. While Candide is gone, the police arrive in the city. The old woman tells Cunegonde to stay and marry the governor, and tells Candide that he should flee. And he does, with the help of his guide, Cacambo. Candide discovers that Cunegonde's brother survived, and he is an officer, the commanding officer. But he kills him during a fight. They then discover El Dorado, a perfect society. Even though it is perfect, they decide to leave and take some gold with them. They do so they can buy back Cunegonde. When most of the gold-carrying sheep are lost, the two decide to part ways. Candide advises Cacambo to take some of the gold and meet him in Venice. So now, with a very pessimistic man, Candide is on his way to France. When Martin and Candide meet up with Cacambo, Candide is informed that Cunegonde is now a slave in Constantinople. He also mentions that she has grown ugly, but Candide is determined to see her regardless. When he gets to Constantinople, she has in fact grown ugly. Yet, he still buys her and the old woman with the money he has left. When it is discovered that Cunegonde's brother and Pangloss are still alive, Candide buys a small farm and they all live on it together.